I want you to picture this. You're at the beach, you're with your family, the sun is shining, life is good, and then you get a notification on your phone. And that notification that you just got is for what we call an identity verification alert. Now, this is a little strange. Normally, your identity is verified when somebody, usually you, is taking out a loan in your name or, say, attempting to change sensitive banking information. You decide that now is the time to violate vacation rule number 62 and you check your email. And that's where you see that your email address for your main banking institution has been changed to something completely gibberish like what you see on the screen here. This was me last year. Some managed to use extensive social engineering tactics and was able to infiltrate my bank account and change my username and my password. But here's where the story gets interesting. At the time that this happened, I had both Aura and Lifelock actively monitoring my identity. And interestingly, only one of these two services alerted me within minutes about this identity verification alert. So after spending years documenting every alert, every feature, every interaction with customer service, I'm going to give you an updated Aura versus Lifelock review. So whether you want fast alerts, whether you want comprehensive monitoring, or you just want the best value for your money, by the end of this very short video, you're going to know whether Lifelock or Aura is the right fit for you and also for your family. Okay, I'm going to start with credit monitoring because credit monitoring is so important. It's a lagging indicator and it can absolutely indicate identity theft if you see a sudden dramatic change in your score. And the problem with most lagging indicators is that, well, they lag. They can take months to appear. Whereas with credit monitoring, if you have it set up correctly, you're going to know the instant, basically, that an inquiry hits your credit report. Both Aura and Lifelock are going to give you your credit scores using what is called a Vantage 3.0 score. But with Lifelock, you need to upgrade to one of their higher tier plans in order to unlock monitoring at each of the three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. With Aura, you get monthly updates to your credit score from each of the three bureaus, regardless of the plan you choose. And the reason you want three bureau credit monitoring, not just one, is that lenders will sometimes check only one bureau, not all three. So if you are only monitoring your credit at a single bureau, you do run the risk that you are missing fraudulent activity. Another really critical feature with credit monitoring is credit locking, which basically is a feature that with the click of a button allows you to lock your credit at one of the three bureaus. Both Lifelock and Aura offer one-click credit lock at one of the three bureaus. For the other two bureaus where you can't lock your credit with a simple click, you're going to have to contact them, and both Aura and Lifelock have detailed instructions on how you can do just that. Typically takes 15 to 20 minutes per bureau. So assuming you do the one-click credit lock with one out of the three, you're going to have about 40 minutes to lock or freeze your credit with the other two bureaus. So for credit monitoring, because of the fact that with Aura, you don't need to upgrade in order to get that three bureau credit monitoring, I'm going to give them the edge here over Lifelock. Now we'll move into dark web monitoring. This is a credit card, and you can see it's for sale on the dark web. This took me about 5 minutes to find. Now, if this were your credit card or your social security number, you'd want to know, right? Once your information is out there on the dark web, you can't take it down. So you might be going, well, if I can't take it down, what's the point of dark web monitoring? Well, you still want to know which bits of your PII, your personal identifying information, are out there. So for instance, if you saw that one of your Gmail passwords leaked and was published on the dark web, and you knew that you would reuse that password for other accounts, which we don't want to do. This violates security practices, but a lot of people do reuse passwords. Dark web monitoring would, at least in theory, give you that indication quickly so that you could then change all of your passwords. So in my hands-on testing, Aura uncovered 18 dark web alerts the last time that I tested it. It's been about 6 months, so I think that number's probably changed since. This included some old Gmail credentials, which were being sold on hacker forums. And interestingly, Lifelock missed this Gmail data breach entirely. And in fact, they only found 8 breaches of my personal information. So on one hand, we have Aura delivering 18 results. On the other hand, we have Lifelock delivering 8. And Lifelock missed some pretty notable hacks that I would have expected them to catch. Additionally, Lifelock is going to limit you to 5 email addresses that you can monitor, whereas with Aura, you'll get 10. I've also noticed that pretty consistently, Aura returns results faster than Lifelock, not just for me, but also for members of our team who have tested this as well. It's really hard for me to assess insurance policies. With other features like dark web monitoring, data broker opt-outs, these are pretty easy for me and my team to test firsthand. Insurance policies, not so much. With that caveat out of the way, what I can tell you is this. Lifelock generally is going to offer higher insurance coverage than Aura, but when you know it, there are a couple asterisks here. So to start on the screen here, I'm going to pull up Aura's individual plan, and we'll compare that to Lifelock's standard plan. And you'll see that Aura pays up to $1 million in insurance, whereas Lifelock offers $1,050,000. But, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised that insurance is not straightforward, there's some fine print here. So Aura's insurance provides a maximum disbursement of $1 million, and that can be applied to the following. Looking at Lifelock's standard plan as a point of comparison, their $1 million can only be applied to remediation, which is essentially legal fees. And then things like ID theft reimbursement, so reimbursement for stolen funds, stolen wallet reimbursement, those are going to cap out at $25K each. That's where we get the $50,000 additional in LifeLock's policy. So in essence, if we're comparing Aura's $9 a month plan, which is just called the individual plan, I think, you're actually going to get better insurance coverage with that compared to Aura's $7.50 plan. And that's because LifeLock's standard plan has fewer features. Remember, you're only getting credit monitoring at one of the 3 bureaus and has more caveats applied to its insurance policies. Now, if we move up to LifeLock's Ultimate plan, this does change. They give you $3 million in coverage per adult on the plan, and that's compared to Aura's $1 million in coverage per adult on the plan. So with these plans specifically, I'll give LifeLock the edge here, while also noting that with Aura, you can add additional coverage to any one of your plans by paying a few additional dollars a month. So when it comes to insurance, then my verdict is this: both Aura and LifeLock offer very good insurance coverage against identity theft. Let's move into threat resolution with both Aura and LifeLock. I've called both Aura and LifeLock dozens of times. Typically, I'm calling just as a test, right, to see how quickly they pick up the phone. Are they able to answer some boilerplate questions I have? But I'm also remember when I was personally a victim of identity theft, I did call both companies and documented that experience as well. So what I can tell you is with LifeLock, you get the classic call center experience, which I don't think anybody really likes. First, it's going to take time to get through to a rep. So you might call, one department will initially take your call, then they're going to forward you to another department. At times I've actually been forwarded, I think, through 3, maybe even 4 different departments when attempting to cancel a LifeLock subscription. In my experience, Aura reps are both easier to reach and also US based. When I went through my whole identity theft fiasco myself, my rep took immediate action. She helped me to place a fraud alert at each of the 3 main credit bureaus. She checked my dashboard for any other suspicious activity, and she tagged my account with a note to follow up in 30 days. Aura support, it's not just faster than LifeLock's, it's more proactive, and I would just say more competent overall. All right, moving into add-ons here. So with both of these companies, you're going to see a lot of add-ons promised, things like VPNs, antivirus, password managers, parental controls. There's really a long list offered by each of these companies. Personally, overall, I think Aura has stronger add-ons, but it's really going to depend what you're after. The reason I say I like Aura more is their data broker opt-outs are definitely more comprehensive and effective than LifeLock, so I give them 1 point there. And I also like Aura's parental controls package better than LifeLock's. We've tested both of these extensively. Now, where LifeLock has the edge is going to be its antivirus. This is, after all, Norton's flagship product. And yeah, their antivirus, it's simply better than Aura's. But, and this is an important but, if you wanted just a really robust antivirus, yeah, go with Norton. But I would just buy the antivirus as a standalone. I would not buy it as part of the overall LifeLock package, because as you've seen to this point in the video, I find other parts of LifeLock to simply be lacking when compared to Aura. All right, now let's talk pricing. One really important thing that I want you to keep in mind is it's not just about the price you're paying. It's really about what features you're getting for that particular price. And this is where LifeLock and a lot of other companies in the industry are annoying. They have this tiered pricing structure where at the upper end, you get every conceivable feature you could ever want, but you have to upgrade all the way to that highest tier, most expensive package in order to unlock all the features you'd want. Whereas with Aura, regardless of the package you go with, individual, couple, or family, you're going to get every feature. So if you want 3-bureau credit monitoring, if you want data broker opt-outs, with Aura, you're not going to need to upgrade. With LifeLock, you are. I'll put today's prices on the screen here. Keep in mind that they are constantly changing, and we often have discounts available for viewers of their channel. So go ahead, check the links in the video description below. If you buy through our links, either LifeLock or Aura, it also helps support the channel, which I really, really appreciate. After testing both Aura and LifeLock extensively, and not just myself, but with my team as well, and living through my own identity theft experience last year, my verdict is this: Aura wins. Aura is the better product. It's true that LifeLock's $3 million in insurance coverage does beat out Aura's $1 million per person on the family plan, but having spent dozens, probably even hundreds of hours at this point analyzing each service, what I can tell you is this: insurance matters a lot less than catching threats early. If you want to catch threats early, you want to do that with robust credit monitoring, great dark web monitoring, then go with Aura. Thank you for watching and taking your security in your own hands. I'm Brandon, and I'll see you in the next